Hi friends, this is Reverend Ben and this is your weekly video. I am recording this video on a Monday morning, still reeling from yesterday's powerful worship service by Janae Johnson and Michael Pohl with that beautiful music by Barbara Nordsey, Liam Dunn, and Robert Logan. Janae started off with a quote from Carl Sagan: "Science is not only compatible with spirituality, it is a profound source of spirituality." And yes, that was my segue to allow me to do my Sagan impression. Thank you so much, Janae, and everyone else for leading the service. So I'm still kind of cloud nine from that. Also, I just found out the charges have been dropped against me. Reverend Andy Oliver and I are still being asked to pay a fine of $62.50 for the crime of praying on the Black History Matters street mural. Not sure I'm going to do that, but I do join Reverend Andy in asking for donations of $62.50 to the Carter G. Woodson African American Museum, also to the group Trans And, which RE staff member Aaron Powers, as well as friend of the church Jess Hunt, are leaders in that group. And then for those of you who are watching this, I'd love a donation of $62.50 to UU St. Pete so we can continue our mission. And our mission includes things like supporting the Black History Matters mural. So there's a lot going on in my mind, and when that happens, it's usually a good time to take 3 deep breaths. Feel free to take them with me if you like. First with a breath in. And now second breath in. And then a third breath in. And let it go. Our chalice lighting this week is by Janae Johnson. Janae said on Sunday, "Being alive is itself a form of worship." Janae said, "In this light, evolution is not just biology, it's a sacred story of unfolding. The Big Bang isn't just physics, it's the book of Genesis at an unquantifiable cosmic scale. The carbon in our bones and the oxygen in our lungs were forged in ancient stars. Every time we breathe, we participate in the long exhale of the universe." She ends by saying, "Congratulations for receiving another day." And I'll start off the video by giving you a question to follow up on Sunday's worship service. The question is, when, where, and how do you hear the whisper of the divine in your life, in the world? And I'll remind you of what Janae said yesterday. Janae said the divine is not always loud. Sometimes, she says, it whispers in the voice of a child asking, "Why is the sky blue?" Or in the thrill of seeing Saturn's rings through a telescope. When, where, and how do you hear the whisper of the divine? Here at Unitarian Universalist Church of St. Pete, we do not have a narrow definition of the divine, nor do we require you to believe in any kind of divine. So if that word doesn't speak to you, then when, where, and how do you hear the whisper of something greater than you? Feel free to put your answers in an email to me if you got this via email. If you saw it on YouTube or on Facebook, just put a comment underneath the video for that. Each week we try to appreciate an individual or a team that has done something extraordinary in support of the mission of UU St. Pete. This week I want to thank the volunteers at last year's Cold Night Shelter, also the previous year, and especially Sabina von Alloch as the main coordinator of that. Thank you, Sabina. Thank you, volunteers. They're going to have a survey in this Sunday's order of service, and it's going to go something like this. Sabina wrote this: UU St. Pete is a community leader in its commitment to social justice. We are most powerful, she says, when the entire congregation supports a particular ministry. You use helping people would like to take the pulse of our church community to see if the Cold Night Shelter is a ministry we all want to support with our volunteer efforts, support with our food donations. So you'll have a paper you can circle no if you think our collective energy is best spent elsewhere. You can circle yes if you think UU St. Pete should remain a Cold Night Shelter. And if you are willing to volunteer for at least one shift on one night each winter, then you'll place the sheets in a box in Gilmore Hall, and we'll get a better assessment if we both have the willingness and the capacity to continue to be a Cold Night Shelter. I'm skipping fan mail this week, but I will remind you, don't answer emails that aren't from me but claim to be from me. Check the email address where it's sent from. The ones asking you for gift cards are usually not from me, actually never are from me, and they are, if you look closer, not sent from my email, which is minister@uustpete.org. This week we do have Friday Sunset Supper on Friday afternoons. Contact Jimmy Gilmore or Jeanette Gauthier Downs if you're interested in volunteering. They fed 128 people this past week. I heard from Christine, one of the volunteers. Then on Sunday, we have a discussion group at 9:30 in the Gilmore Library. It's an open discussion group. Please contact Bob Klingman for more details. He was all by himself this Sunday. He's great to talk to. Contact him or just show up at 9:30 in the Gilmore Library. Then we have worship service. I'll be returning to the pulpit for, I think, most of the month of October. The theme for Soul Matters for October is cultivating compassion. And I'll be joined by John Motter this Sunday. The topic is the work of cultivating compassion with music by Michael Rowe and Liam Dunn. Then after the worship service, you can visit the fellowship desk in Conway Hall during coffee hour to sign up for the new member class on November 15th. It'll be from about 10 to 4, and you can find out what else is happening here at UU St. Pete. Then next Sunday, we will have our subsequent worship, but it's also, that's this Sunday. This Sunday is the first Sunday of the month. So after you check out that table, you can participate in time with the minister in the library in Gilmore. And then the monthly LGBTQIA plus brunch happens. That'll take place at Three Birds Tavern at 12:15 p.m. Then next week on Wednesday, October 8th, we have Fellowship on Tap. That'll be from 6 to 8 p.m. at Voodoo Brewing Company, not that far from the church itself. Then meditation group is beginning, starting on October 17th, I believe. It will happen Fridays at 10:30 a.m. in Conway South. You can contact Beth Wall for more information or just show up. That same week, Sunday, October 19th, the dinner and discussion group will meet at the Village Inn. The address is 9107 4th Street North in St. Petersburg. Note that this is a new location, and otherwise it's the same. It's a covenant group for those who don't maybe want a covenant group. You can contact Chris McDonald for more information about that dinner and discussion group. I'm changing my office hours. I'll still be here in the office Mondays and Thursdays from 10 to 3, but I'm going to start coming in on Fridays from 1 to 6 p.m., partly so that I can bless the food as it's served for the Sunset Supper, but also so that I can have office hours that are after 5 p.m. As more and more people who work during the day join our church, I want to make sure that I'm available to you because I want to meet with you. I can meet with you during those hours, or I can meet with you at another time that works for us both. Please email any announcements for this weekly video to me by Monday morning at 9 a.m. It helps if you have the word video in the subject line. And when we extinguish a chalice flame like this one, thanks to Carol Ulmer for this beautiful chalice, when we extinguish that flame, that's an opportunity to ignite a flame in ourselves. I believe that inner flame is an unextinguishable flame. And so let's keep it burning until we see one another again. Take care, folks, and blessings. Let's try to remember you are not alone.